Hey Vlad,
Hey Sam,
we're back.
we're back with Trash Talk episode 7.
Trash Talk episode 7. We got a bit of different intro music today, but that's cool for a bit of a change.
It's due to a limited time.
Yeah, we don't have long, do we? It's a Thursday afternoon here at Bambi 6.
Yes, it is a Thursday afternoon here at Bambi 6, and we're going to talk about the recycling events that have happened.
Yes, there's a lot to talk about in terms of Trash Talk, but we'll try and make it pretty short and snappy for you. We won't talk for too long about any subject, but we will provide you with a hopefully really clear picture of what's happening at our school in the sustainability space. So, first up, Vlad, I'll just let this music just kind of bubble away in the background. Okay, but we'll talk about, what should we talk about first?
First things first is that before recess, we had probably one of the most successful recycling things that have ever happened at this school.
It was the best recycling session I've ever had, which was fantastic. Now, Vlad, what made it such a successful activity?
Well, you see, Sam, everyone was involved in it. Everyone was deeply involved in the activity. And people were helping each other. Everyone was kind and helpful to each other, which helped it be very successful.
Yes, we got some applause for that. It was fantastic. We had people divided up into older students and younger students so that the younger students who were new to the recycling program had a mentor who was a bit of an expert. Everyone had one particular role to play. So we saw, for example, Amit and Ryan looking after soft plastics. We had Xylon and Basil doing just 10 cents. We had Rico.
Yes, these are examples.
And
these are just examples.
Yes, Rico was working on composting as well, which is fantastic.
Yes, he is the compost king. We did mention that in one of our first episodes, actually, episode 1.
Rico's back. Rico is back, which is fantastic. So we went around. We did it in probably record time. I'd say we probably collected about $20 worth of 10-cent containers.
That's good for one innings.
Yeah, we had we filled up a green bin full of compost. I've just calculated the weight of the paper because that's a bit of a project we've got this year.
What is it?
It was about 7.5 kilos worth of paper, which is less than half of what we had last week.
That is a lot.
It's a lot. Well, I worked it out. That's still nearly 2,000 sheets of paper, the equivalents of just A4 white paper. So
okay, people are wasting a lot of paper here. We need to make another video about it like we did with the paper towels.
I think so. And, I mean, it's going into the recycling bin, which is great, but a lot of it is paper that could be reused. And I know that in our sustainability groups this morning with Yellow 7 and Yellow 5, we're actually making paper from the recycled kitchen garden journals, which was a really cool process. We haven't quite got it just right yet, but we're getting better at it, which is fantastic. So yes, it was a really successful recycling day today. What else, Vlad? What else has been happening around the traps?
We have also got a new bird. We have found a new type of bird, which a kid found when there was actually a fire at the school. That is concerning. But we got a new bird that we found.
Yeah.
It was a new bird.
Yes, a couple of weeks ago there was a little small fire just on the fence outside the school, which we think someone might have accidentally started as they were walking along the street. Now, a little bit of smoke went in the air, and we believe that an eastern osprey might have been attracted to the smoke, and it might have come and it came and landed in one of the big gum trees in the forest.
Yes, I also saw it at Osh, while you were walking by. I also saw it and told you immediately.
It was quite a stunning bird, one we've never seen here before, and it's good because it goes along with the buff-banded rail, which is another special bird that we had in our kitchen garden at the start of the year. So another rare urban sighting of a beautiful native bird. And it took us a while to work out what it was, but we worked out it was the buff-banded rail, and it's since gone somewhere else, but we feel really lucky to have seen it.
Yes, that's another rare find. That's a good bird to find.
Yeah, and to cap it all off, last week we had little corellas out, and they look a bit like a sulphur-crested cockatoo, but they don't have the big yellow kind of comb on top of their head, or the crest, but they were going out to the big pine trees on the oval, and they were chewing off pine cones and then flying away with them in their mouths. It was quite funny because it looked like they had big rats in their mouths, but it was actually pine cones.
Yes, that seems quite funny. Also, at least this time when we get a bird, it isn't a cool-looking bird that we put on the podcast. It isn't an invasive one like episode 4.
Like an Alexandrine parrot. No, that's right. But it was fantastic that we've now, our list of birds that have been seen at Bambi 6 is up to 20 birds.
Yes, that is a positive in 11 years.
That's a huge positive, and it's really exciting to think that the environment that we've created here at school is attracting some of these rarer birds. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen an eastern osprey, let alone one at school. So for us to see one at school is really, really cool. What else has been happening, Vlad? There's a lot. What's happening in the Raingarden at the moment?
I was about to mention it. We are expanding the Raingarden to half the forest and a bit of extra land, which hasn't been used for much else.
Well, we're not taking away any space from the forest, but what we have added in is a whole lot of new.
Yes.
Our new decking, our new bird hide's nearly finished. There's a whole heap of revegetation happening. It is looking absolutely stunning, and we're hoping to have a special community welcome later in the term in conjunction with celebrating the Bambi 6 reconciliation action plan being accepted.
Sam, that seems amazing. Also, we've now got a bridge and a bird hide.
Yes.
And we are making it better for wildlife and the people to see the wild.
And something that I didn't realise, there's actually 3 or 4 different nesting boxes in there too, which will attract different animals and wildlife, which I'm really excited about too. So there's lots of cool stuff happening in the Raingarden, and a big thanks to LCS, who have been working really hard in some very, very hot weather. They have done an amazing job, and we can't wait to get students back in there because they're going to be blown away by how awesome it is. What's something we've been planting around the school, Vlad?
We have been planting paper barks around the school. We want to grow some paper barks. Paper barks are actually very good trees and can be used for many uses.
What's the use that Aboriginal people, so Ghana people, have used tea trees, or otherwise known as swamp paperbarks, Kangaroo Island paperbarks, melaleucas? What are some of the uses that people have had for thousands and thousands of years of this amazing plant?
Personally, I call them like swamp paperbarks.
Yes.
Despite the fact I'm just saying paperbark so more people will understand.
And because technically they are. Yeah, that's one of their names, isn't it? But how were they used, Vlad, by Aboriginal people?
Yeah, you see, the classic swamp paperbark, or as most people call it, the paperbark, were used to make shelter and able to hold food over fires.
Yes, you could soak the paperbark in water and wrap your food in it. If you've been out hunting, throw that on the fire, cooks it beautifully. Shelter's another one. The bark is so beautiful and soft, so it can be used for bedding and for looking after babies, like to have a special kind of thing to put them on. What about the leaves? What's special about the leaves, Vlad?
The leaves are soft and easier to be disrupted, but they can make some good shelter if used properly, and some other good items.
Yes, so the leaves have tea tree oil in them, which is an antiseptic, which can kill germs.
That's why some people call it a tea tree?
Yes, that's right. So some people do. That's another name for it. So if you've got a cut somewhere, you could screw up the leaves and let the oil come out, put that on the cut, use some paperbark to wrap up as a bandage, and then you could even get some lamandra, which we have lots of at school, and make that into a little kind of rope or a tie, and then you could tie it off using all natural materials. It's amazing. Bush medicine, you can use the flowers, the tiny little flowers, and get the nectar from them to make a tea, and there's a beautiful honey that's made from it as well. So there's lots of cool uses for the paperbark, and every studio around the school has now planted one. How often do they need to water it, Vlad?
At least once a week with a massive bucket for like 8 or so weeks.
They're spot on. Great remembering, Vlad. Yeah, they need one whole watering can full of water once a week, and that should keep it going really well. Any other big news around the place, Vlad, about any other special things that we're using fruit from the kitchen garden for?
Yes, I was going to mention I am now doing a no-fill ice cream.
Yes, can you tell us a bit more about that, Vlad? Because it's a very exciting enterprise.
You see, the plan is to create ice cream. I actually thought the business, which is the baristas, was an ice cream, but I discovered it was a coffee and hot chocolate because ice cream's ice cream.
Mm-hmm. So what's your plan? You've had a business meeting with Tom and Steph in the kitchen garden.
Yes.
You've worked out your first special no-fill ice cream, and I love the name no-fill. It's really cool. You've put up posters around the place to
I've got
generate a buzz.
I've got a logo, but Well, my mom cleaned the house.
Okay, that's okay. Hopefully we can think up another one if you can't remember what the other one was.
No, I can remember what it looks like, but my mom cleaned the house, so I
Okay.
can't give you the physical form.
Okay. Oh, maybe you can tell us what it looks like, and we'll try and draw it and see how close we get. But yes, so Vlad will be making and selling ice creams made with the Bambi 6 ice cream maker that was bought by the baristas with their fundraising.
Yes, they were also helping us buy the milk and sugar.
Yes, they are. They are almost investing in Vlad's enterprise by providing him with some equipment to help him store the ice cream and serve the ice cream, which is really exciting. $2. What a price for a beautiful, fresh, homemade ice cream using fruit from the kitchen
You
garden.
forgot locally sourced.
Locally sourced. And Vlad, can you big reveal what's going to be the first flavour that people can try?
I'm gonna just do a drop roll first.
Or
Okay, it will be plum.
plum ice cream. And we had a special tasting the other day, didn't we? How good was it? Oh, there you go. Getting some applause. How beautiful was the plum ice cream we tried on Tuesday afternoon, Vlad?
It was amazing. It has been perfectly crafted,
Perfectly
which
crafted.
we can use the recipe to help to like serve to the kid, to serve to other kids,
Brilliant.
serve to other kids.
That's fantastic. So I think you're making your first batch tomorrow with Tom, which is really exciting. And that's
Yes.
another great way we're using food sustainably here at school. So locally sourced, organic produce in our ice cream, made here right here with our own ice cream maker, which is fantastic. Anything else, Vlad? Any kind of other projects we're working on at the moment?
Okay. As a bonus project, the paper box have been growing quite nicely. I've been checking on them, and they've been growing pretty fast.
Yeah, we're actually
They're
recording.
growing nice.
Yeah, we're recording the heights of them to see how fast they grow. And I think after last week's really hot weather, they might not have liked that. But I think this week, once they get watered, they're going to be very, very happy. And I think we'll see a bit of a growth spurt in the next couple of weeks, which should be good. I can't think of much else, Vlad, on our agenda.
Wait, quick question: is the golden bin back?
Yeah, of course. The golden bin is back. It'll
Yay.
be presented at tomorrow's team time. So that's tomorrow, which is Friday. We will be getting out in front of the school.
Yes, but Sam, I'm gonna put a quick recommended in as the Aboriginal Learning Studio. They've done really good this time.
They have. They were the first ever winners of the Golden Bin last year, and they would be a favourite for tomorrow, although we can't give away any clues and let you know what's going to happen.
Yes, we can't give away any clues, but our current favourites is the Aboriginal Learning Studio.
They would be high up there, but they'd have a bit of competition as well from a few other places around the school, but it will be a surprise tomorrow.
Who's the competition?
Who's the the hub is always competition.
Yes, but surprisingly, the Hubs never won it.
I think they won it once last year. I'm pretty sure they had the Golden Bin over there once.
Actually, they didn't. No, they didn't. They were runner up.
You sure? I'll check with Conchetta and Vanessa and just double check.
Okay.
Maybe we need an honour roll somewhere so we don't forget. We can write their names down on a special list.
Yeah.
And maybe put that up in the office so everyone can see who has won the Golden Bin.
Yeah.
Because there are some areas that have never won it.
Yeah, that seems. Yeah, that will kind of encourage them a bit more to try and win it to get in the honour area.
Yeah. So come on, everyone, get behind us. Support
everybody.
the Bambi 6 bin program to be more sustainable.
Sam, quick thing
and
to
you
note.
too could win the Golden Bin. Yes, Vlad.
Yes, but quick thing to note. Quite a few of the people who watch this channel aren't in the school right now, but they might.
True.
But I think majority were in the school at least once.
Yeah, maybe. And if they just want to check in to find out what's going on, that's awesome too. Just quickly, we've got our new indoor aquaponics kit set up in the kitchen. So we actually have our outdoor aquaponics system, and now we have an indoor one, and we got some baby fish from our outdoor aquaponics system, and we put them into our indoor one, which is really cool. So we didn't even have to go and buy fish.
Yes, I noticed
That's sustainable.
Yes, I noticed we had an aquadonic pet thing.
Yeah, so we've got, I think, 8 little beautiful. They look like shabunkins. They're probably a cross between a shabunkin and a goldfish, or a comet.
Probably.
So if you love fish, you can come and check them out. They're very cute, and they seem to be very happy in their new home, which is great. All right, Vlad, we're nearly at 15 minutes. We thought this was going to be a quick one, but there's been lots to talk about. Have you got any kind of joke for us that you'd like to share?
Okay, I've got one.
Yes.
What do you call a zombie DJ? A decomposer.
Decompose. Oh, Vlad, your jokes never fail to get me every time, and I think it's one of the highlights of our podcast is getting to the stage where we get to hear one of your jokes. So thank you for sharing that. All right, I think we're ready to sign off. We've just gone over 15 minutes, but that's okay.
Yeah.
This has been Sam, and
Vlad, till next time.
till next time, we hope you've enjoyed Trash Talk episode 7. I can't believe we've done 7, but
Yes,
that's
I
very
can't
cool.
believe we have.
Yeah, and you know what? Stay tuned because we want to do a lot more podcasting about different things here at school. Maybe I think we're looking at a barista podcast.
Yeah.
I think our deputy principal Ali is keen to have a podcast.
Yes, I have suggested all the ideas and maybe a no-fail podcast.
A no-fill
I
podcast,
put
maybe.
in all the ideas.
Yeah, we could even do a no-fill barista collab. What do you reckon? Where we have one
Yeah,
together.
yeah, like we each have a separate podcast, but we should have a collaboration podcast.
I also think a kitchen garden podcast would be really good, where we could talk recipes, ingredients, what's
Yes,
in
that'd
season.
be a great podcast too.
Yeah, because Tom and Steph are amazing at what they do, and I think we could get so much great information to share with our community with them. And let's face it, podcasts are pretty popular these days.
Yes,
So
they have actually grown in popularity looking at the data.
maybe we should see if we could get our podcast onto Apple Podcasts, or what do you reckon, Vlad?
May-
I'm not sure what you have to do, but we
Maybe.
can find out.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe we could.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. It's been lovely having your company. If you have listened, we really appreciate it. Feel free to drop us some feedback, because if there's other things we could talk about in terms of sustainability,
Sam,
we'd be happy to do that.
Sam, you might have to check if the comments haven't been turned
True.
off.
Yes, because sometimes you don't want comments on social media, but that's okay. All right, Vlad, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining me today.
Yep.
Ciao for now.
Yep. See ya.
Bye. Feed out.
Sam, I think that was successful.
I think it was great, Vlad. Well done. It's always a pleasure recording this with you.